What's poppin', everybody? My name is Manny, and this is the Kick Game. And today I'm bringing you guys my very first video on a topic that's pretty relevant nowadays in the MMA community. And as you can see by the big bad motherfucker behind me, it's about Jon Jones. Now, today I'm gonna talk about why Jon Jones, isn't the greatest of all time, in my personal opinion. But before we get into that, I just want to ask you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, I want you to share this video with anybody else that's an MMA fan. And yeah, let's get into this. Now, before I get into the reasons why Jon Jones isn't the greatest, I do want to give him his credit because he is the most dominant fighter in UFC history and has the greatest record in UFC history. The people he has murked: Rampage Jackson, Shogun Rua, Rashad Evans, Chael Sonnen, Daniel Cormier, Alexander Gustafsson. These are not, low level guys. These are legends of the sport. And he murked them. Murked all of them. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my personal opinion, it takes more than a record to really embody the greatest of all time. When I look at the greatest of all time, people like Muhammad Ali, people like Michael Jordan, some would say Kobe, there's a different aura to them. It's how they carry themselves in and outside of their sport. Muhammad Ali fought for something that nobody had the balls to talk about back in those days, saying that you guys wouldn't fight for me, so why would I sit here and fight in a war that I don't agree with? And that takes balls. Like real GOAT balls. You feel me? Pause. But because of that, we were robbed of seeing prime Muhammad Ali because he spent those years in prison. And still, after all of that, ended up mollywopping George Foreman, getting his revenge on Joe Frazier. He's still mollywopping dudes, and we didn't even get to see him in his prime. Michael Jordan, he stuck strictly to basketball. Didn't get into no politics. Didn't have any outside drama, or didn't create any outside drama. People created the drama for him because they needed a mystique. People that were talking about Jordan's gambling, Jordan clearly didn't think he had a problem, because if he had a problem, he would have sold off his championship rings. He would have sold off his house. Clearly that didn't happen. And he helped create Jordan Brand, a sneaker company. You know what I'm saying? That's GOAT mentality, Mamba mentality. It's a different aura around these people. Jon Jones just unfortunately doesn't have that aura, in my opinion. And we gotta bring up the obvious stuff: the outside escapades, the drug use, the PED use. You know what I'm saying? The way he carries himself outside of the octagon, I just don't look at that, and in my mind it resonates that he's the GOAT of this sport. Because to be the GOAT, you have to represent the sport inside and outside. Getting into a hit and run accident, which was unfortunate because it had to be with a pregnant woman, that's not really GOAT shit. PEDs, whether he took it or not, that's not GOAT shit. Recently, his back and forth with Israel Adesanya. His back and forth with Anthony Smith, which was so uncalled for, because if you guys don't know, Anthony Smith's house was broken into months ago, and Jon Jones tweeted, instead of tweeting him like, "Oh, I'm glad you and your family are safe," he said that if Anthony Smith or if Jon Jones would try to rob Anthony Smith, then Anthony Smith would have a tough time because we all know Jon Jones mollywopped him in the octagon. But why would you even say something like that? That's bully mentality, you know what I'm saying? That's just trying to have your name in the fucking media. If you're a GOAT, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to market yourself because yourself is already marketable. Habib transcends that, and I wouldn't necessarily say he's the GOAT yet. I think he has one more fight. If he reaches 30-0, then I would say he's the GOAT. But the way he carries himself outside of the octagon, he's humble. He's come from rags to riches, straight up, living in Dagestan. That's it's just different. He's built different. You could tell that he's a genuine good person. And I don't know if I see that in Jon Jones. Now, I will keep it a buck. Jon Jones has made the decision to go to heavyweight to fight the winner of Stipe and Francis. That's interesting. But even if he does that, the outside escapades still tarnishes his reputation. You could be great in a sport, but if you don't like uphold that and just be a genuine good person, then nobody's gonna really think about you. Cause what if Jones loses to Francis or Stipe? Like, is he gonna go back down to light heavyweight, or is he gonna try to stay at heavyweight? You know what I'm saying? We just don't know those things yet. But in my personal opinion, he's gonna have a tougher time because those dudes are acclimated to that weight. Stipe is used to carrying around 230, 240 pounds. Francis is a fucking monster. And he's been starching people. I don't know if he's gotten necessarily better because we just don't know, because Francis's last fight was a little one-sided, if you catch my drift. But it didn't show any skill. There was no technique in that. It was just a big brawling motherfucker throwing hands. There wasn't no technique. So I don't really know if Francis got any better. So even if Jon Jones succeeds at heavyweight, that's still going to weigh him down for me. And I will still say that he is the most dominant and has the best record. But the GOAT is more than that, you know? And that's just my opinion. And put it down in the comment section if you agree or you disagree. And if you would disagree, put in the comment section why, and then we could talk it out, you know? I'd love to get people's insights on this little discussion right here. But yeah, that's why I personally believe that Jon Jones isn't the GOAT. He has too many outside tendencies that just doesn't match up with GOAT tendencies, you know? And that's it. So everybody, like, comment, subscribe. This is the Kick Game, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good night. Bye.